So what did you learn as a team so far? What have you learned?
Key learning so far for our team has been, we have been coached extensively on low-cost manufacturing aspects.
Correct.
So, which was the primal focus of this entire project. And our chairman, the director, he has sanctioned funds instantly to go with the project. That's why we were able to build a prototype within this 4 weeks.
Correct.
So this, they have seen it as a learning experience for us.
Good.
Because I take decisions in terms of running big projects. Now when it comes to something, when we say low-cost manufacturing, which was first didn't click. Then we had a brainstorming session. Almost every day we used to spend about half an hour to 1 hour to talk about the project, to see where individual team members, what their contribution is. And that's helped us in getting out a project.
What's been your learning?
The key learning, this is the one thing. Low cost was one thing.
Sure.
Another thing was the user-centric design. So from the user, will the user like any product we build?
Good.
So that was a key learning which we have. We'll present our findings to you.
Sure.
Which I'm sure it will be of use to everybody here.
Sure.
Thank
you.
And
what is it that you'd like to take away as a team?
As a takeaway, we would like a little bit of business mentoring in terms of market analysis.
Sure.
That's the only help we require.
Sure.
From the organizers.
So you want business mentoring and especially market
research. We've done a little bit of market research ourselves. I'll present the results.
Sure.
And I would like more input from team members.
Sure. Good. Thank you. Yeah. So let's look at your team, Navya and Neha. What were your key learnings?
Hi. Good morning, everyone. So our concept is about coming up with an affordable gate analysis setup. So as a team, the key learning has been, we both were initially not part of this idea submission, but later we pitched in because the one who submitted, they kind of could not give ample amount of time. But then when we embarked on this journey, so we learned about this gate analysis concept, which I was not aware of earlier. Okay. And also during immersion day, we learned, it was, we kind of validated the idea because since we did not submit the idea, so we were not sure, how, useful it is. But when we were taken a tour in the APD Association of People with Disability, when we met the caretakers there and also we saw the patients, so we learned that, right now they're not undergoing that process itself because it's quite expensive. And they kind of clearly mentioned that it will be really useful if we come up with an affordable setup. So with that, so we learned, what is the existing cost for that, and even for to set up such a lab, and also for a patient to go and get that done. So kind of when we compared that cost with the cost which can be incurred from our this affordable gate lab setup. Yeah. So it's kind of, we can really considerably reduce the cost involved. So, but one thing is we have concern with respect to the accuracy. So, because when we presented the idea during immersion days, we were thrown a few questions such as, in terms of accuracy.
Have you had a chance to work at it?
I discussed with one of my teammates, so he suggested an idea, but then just today I was having a conversation with one fellow participant. So he mentioned to me that it might not work out because they also, he's from IIT Madras, so they tried out something, similar, but it's not really feasible.
Sure.
So probably, he was giving other suggestions with this existing. Probably we'll work on it. We have to do a little brainstorming. Yeah,
Great. Great.
That would be one of the
expectation.
Things we'll be doing from coming next.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. And one of the things, right, is that when we are doing something like a low-cost manufacturing, low-cost design, all of us sitting in this room are friends. Because even if all of us collaborated and did everything that we could, I think there is still enough in this world for us to make a difference in. Yeah. So in some sense, I'm really glad because Suresh will talk about it later. But building networks at the end of this journey, if you've built networks of people from whom you can sound out ideas, that in itself is a journey well traveled. Yeah, and that I think is probably the single big thing that we can talk to you about, because at the end of the day, networks make the difference.
I would like to mention one more thing.
Yeah.
So one thing which helped us was during immersion days after we presented the idea. So one part of it, it was really, and there we had certain issue which needs to be addressed.
Correct.
But then our other team members, right, I mean from a different team, when they approached us,
Correct.
so we kind of thought that they can be really useful. They had some designer in
Correct.
their team, and they wanted to conceptualize one part of it to their particular
Great.
idea. But that would also solve our problem.
Your problem. Absolutely.
So it was kind of useful to do that network.
Absolutely,
And,
absolutely. Yeah. In fact, we see that all the time. I mean, I think including this entire Makeathon for me also is that I don't think Tarun or I had a clue when we started of where we are headed in terms of the design what you see today. Okay, it's been like multiple iterations, multiple stakeholders, complete dramatic changes to the way we looked at to reach where we are, right? And I think that's the power of an idea. I think, and that's something worth kind of reflecting. Yes, please go ahead.
So hello. So I'd like to say what I have learned
Yes.
Being a part of this program. So earlier, what happens, as a part of this program, we visited different centers where like persons with disabilities
Correct.
are working, or they are like medical treatment
Sure.
they are getting. So we observed that, and with that, I try to observe the person with disability wherever they are. And I noticed that, if you stand on the road for some time, you will see a disabled person passing
Absolutely.
through.
Yeah.
In every classroom in our school and college, we had some classmate who had some kind of disability, and also in every government office there are some persons like that.
Absolutely.
And what we do, that we choose to ignore them.
Exactly.
We try to act like that doesn't exist.
Correct.
So it's a realization that I personally feel that we can't do that anymore.
Absolutely.
So, and a human is a social animal, so they need a human baby can't grow without the parents' help, and so I think we should do something for them.
Absolutely.
That's a key learning part. And about what I expect in the next 3 days, we like to build something, however it is, that's actually useful.
Correct.
I have seen that in every engineering college, design college, every year lots of people design something for disabled people.
Yeah.
Every year they do
Correct.
that. They get good grades, and some even file patent applications. Everything they get, but at the end, the product doesn't reach the disabled people.
Correct.
And that doesn't actually make an impact and help those people who actually need it.
Absolutely.
So we'd like to do something like something small, but then someone will get a feedback that it actually useful for us.
Absolutely.
That's what we expect to get in next 3 days.
Okay. Good. Okay. Extraordinarily insightful. Huh? I don't think any of us will look at a person with disability again and not believe that they have not seen them. Yeah, I think, and that to my mind is the biggest takeaway at the end of it. And I was just reading something yesterday, and very interesting. It basically talks about compassion, and say, is there a way that we can do innovation that is compassionate for societies like us? So the whole notion that innovation can happen through compassion. Yeah, I thought that was an interesting one, very close to where you're coming from. And the other idea is also always, that we have great ideas, but what do we make of those ideas? Yeah, I mean, that's the other one. How are we actually making a difference to people in society? Yeah, yes.
So, as a team, what has been our learning was that we need to plan better. So, we had a crisis situation in Chennai, and if we had only planned better, we could have done a lot more.
Yeah.
And personally, I learned that I have a great team.
Yeah.
I was cut off from Chennai for 20 days, and not once did they complain that I'm not contributing anything. Even in this crisis situation, they did manage to put together something for here. So I think I have a great team.
Great.
And in the next 3 days, what we would like to get is a lot of feedback.
Please.
Would like to get feedback about the prototype we have developed.
Correct.
And market research and business strategies.
Sure.
Those things we would like to get learned from here.
Sure.
So that's what we are learning. We are expecting in next 3 days.
Sure.
And this challenge and immersion day was really helpful because we got to interact with many professionals.
Correct.
It goes hand in hand. So we develop and we need to get feedback from professionals and
yes.
The people who are going to use
absolutely.
it. So
absolutely.
that was actually a lot of learning that day.
Sure.
So that's what we'll
Good.
do.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think this whole question of iteration, how fundamental it is to the way we look at things. Yeah? Yes.
So, this is Nekram from Indian Spine Center. I'm working on assistive devices for quadriplegics for making a activity of daily living kit for them.
Sure.
So key learning for me is like, when you talk to people around you in your organization or people within the similar profession, if you give them idea, they give you some negative feedback. Oh, it won't happen, they are already available.
Correct.
Who will find? But this platform, when we, on the Immersion day I presented, I got a lot of positivity that we'll take it forward. This idea is great, and this is going to make so much of impact. So that's what the key learning, that okay, there are people who are going to look at your idea to take it forward. They know the other side of it, the business side of it, the market size.
Correct.
So there are other experts.
Absolutely.
But if what you see within your environment, you see the result, the answer from only one angle.
Correct.
Right. So
Yes.
so you need to expand and talk to different people to expand your ideas and take it to a market. So that's a main key learning for me. The next thing that I want to really, because in my team, what I realized that if you don't have interest or passion to design, then of course idea would not come and you cannot design the product. That's what I realized in my team. So I'm working a lot of, sort of single-handedly. But now for 3 days, I'm going to learn about how to take that idea into a product designing and take to the market. So this would be my main focus target, and then also cosmetically good, maybe a design perspective, or make it really low cost. So
Good.
yeah.
Good.
And then important thing, I am having a meeting with the Accessible India campaign to the ministry on 9th of December.
Yeah.
I said I am associated with Makeathon, and Mukesh Jain said yes, we know them. And then because I am going to work on Accessibility India campaign as an access auditor.
Okay.
And I'm going to train 100 access auditors across the country.
Good.
So to audit the buildings across the country to make them accessible. So they know Makeathon very well.
Absolutely.
That's very nice. And Kunal said that we have signed an MOU.
Yeah.
So this, I think we are same family now.
Yeah. Good. One of the things you'll begin to realize is that the connections in India, you don't need 6. It's more like 2.5. Yeah, that's all that it takes. Okay, you know Kunal knows Mukesh, or you know Tarun knows Mukesh. Finished. Okay, so that's one of the things that I am beginning to discover, particularly the work that I do with disability, I do with LGBT, I do with gender. Okay, spaces are so small that it's just two counts away. Yeah. The other one that I wanted, and your team and what you were saying is, one of the things that we often talk about is why is it that organizations don't scale is primarily because of the composition of the team. Yeah. Usually in many ideas we start with friends. Friends are wonderful and great, but at the same time we have to be quite dispassionate, because a good friend does not mean necessarily a competent team member. Yeah, so at some point in time all of us will have to make those hard decisions of bringing people on board, primarily because we know that we don't have the competence. Yeah, so that's another tough part of scaling. Okay, yeah.
This is from Swastik from Team Asim. So our key learnings have been like this. So we started by preparing a Dhobi list of all questions that we had in mind. We just jotted down all the questions, and I think that was the most important thing that we did. So we are able to actually, some questions which we thought were actually very simple. Yeah. Later we realized they're quite important, and we should address them first.
Correct.
So that helped in kind of prioritizing what is important and what is not. Second thing, we couldn't conduct a couple of user interviews which we had planned. That is something which we could have done better. We have verified key, yes, there is a need, but we haven't yet verified how, from a business viability point of view, is it possible to make a product and sustain it in the market? That's something which we would like to learn and explore how to take it forward. Yeah. Having a good connection with a lot of users, medical professionals, and people working in the field always comes in handy. Because whenever we have a doubt, we can easily call them up and we can get very good feedback. So that is something which Immersion Day and general our working has helped us a lot. We have realized that product development takes a lot of time and effort. So you should prioritize what is important and what needs to be addressed first, which is the key thing which we want to take it forward. Another key thing would be, so now that you have prioritized, your product has 5 different variables, and this is the one which is most important. Make each one of them independently, test them out, so that you need not wait till the end to assemble everything.
Absolutely.
So we did very quick concepts and very quick prototyping, which helped us validate each of the concepts individually.
Good.
That's it. Thank you.
Good, good. That's quite a list, laundry list again. Huh? Okay. Can we hear you? Yeah.
First, I feel how. Sorry.
Yes.
First, at the end of challenge day, I just feel how I am gifted compared to physically disabled people.
Correct.
Because wherever I go, I just search live for me.
Yeah, correct.
I haven't searched for RAM for disabled people.
Correct.
Because I go, I just start morning 8 o'clock. I just start to work.
Absolutely.
Then I take my breakfast and then I come into lab and then daily rotation.
Correct.
After attending this Enable Makeathon, entering to APD and then seeing the physically disabled people, then I feel little shame.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, IITs have some engineering potential.
Absolutely.
But still, this disabled area don't get any
absolutely
attention.
Correct.
Attention.
Correct. Correct.
Even I saw some artificial legs.
Correct.
Extended nuts.
Yeah.
It hurts people who have.
Absolutely.
There is a lot of solution for replacing the nuts.
Yeah.
But they don't have.
Yeah.
They don't have any idea.
Sure.
I asking APD people, they traditionally formal this type.
Correct.
So we are using.
Absolutely.
So I understand my responsibilities towards the physically disabled.
Brilliant. 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 Yeah.
Then I just realized how much of engineering potential attention
correct
to the area of physically disabled.
Absolutely.
So as a part of my lab research work, I just make a plan for these two. Good. Yeah. Then I just put these 3 days. Okay, my daily routine work is entering to lab, make attendance, and then do my research work and do some of my projects.
Correct.
I don't have any idea about making a product. So you people are very expertise in this. So I need more guidance from you.
Good. Okay. Thanks. Very interesting. 2 points. The whole question of responsible engineering. Yeah. I mean, one of the biggest challenges, and even for a business school like ours, you will see that we are probably one of the earliest management institutes in the country and one of the first 100 institutes in this part of the world to be inclusive. Okay? And this was done about 8 years ago. Okay? So most parts of the school, and even there we have enough to actually work upon. We have an office of disability which actually champions and ensures that every disabled student who comes into our class, I know exactly what are the demands, so that as a teacher I'm expected to tailor my teaching for the person with disability. Okay? So I'm saying that coming from a school like that, I believe we are not doing enough. Yeah? And which is one of the reasons why you will see all of this also where we are partnering so actively, because I don't think we are doing enough. But having said that, I think it just brings more responsibility for all of us in terms of just kind of looking at what we can do better. Okay? Yes, Kasturi. Quick, short, nice. 10:40. I have 5 minutes and I have 4 teams. Huh? You're 4 of you. 2 and 2, is it? Okay.
Actually, I haven't been here for Immersion days. This is the first time I am attending.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So then I shall not put pressure on you. Don't worry. Okay? So we will get you at the end of the day. Okay? Yes.
Thank you so much. This has been personally a very enlightening moment for me, because whatever I learned in IIT, it's immensely happy for me to experience it when the learnings are put into the actual tangible form and it's being used by something public.
Correct.
So that has been like a really nice experience for me the last few days actually.
Sure.
And next thing is, like, I've learned a lot more from the professionals, like from the CMIT, the plastic technology and things like that. It has been a great learning in a very short course as such, from the actual professionals.
Correct.
That's one more point of view which I have thought about. And the immersion days
the one thing is, which I learned from there is like, don't talk and think, actually go out and do the work.
Exactly.
Which is one more important learning, because what you go and see and the actual user's difficulties, what you see is like a lot more in-depth learning you have.
Correct.
But just bringing a chalkboard and things like that.
Absolutely.
So that's one more very important learning.
Correct.
And I'm very eager to have the teammates what I have, like they're extremely dedicated in what they're doing, and happy about that. And as a team, we'll definitely we have bits and pieces of ideas. We want to make it as a full-fledged concept by the end of this entire process. So,
Good.
And one last thing, I'm in a kind of point in my career where I need to decide which area or sector I want to be in.
Correct.
The kind of happiness I've had the last few months.
Good.
I'm extremely confirmed that I'll be in the healthcare sector for sure.
Good.
So
Good. The healthcare sector today needs more professionals like you guys. Yeah. Yeah. Please.
One more point, what Vikram has said. So being a health professional, I'm seeing a lot of engineering people here.
Exactly.
So I was very happy, and people like engineer can support into a health sector.
I agree.
I know it is like, for us it will always be think how, where, what to, whom
Absolutely.
to approach. Now
Absolutely.
Always, now I feel very happy seeing all of you being responsible
I know.
engineering.
Actually, Riaz, to be honest with you, the only reason that we are partnering on this is because healthcare, I mean, we don't even go there. As a nation, that's our first biggest priority.
We need you, all of you.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Yeah? Good. Thank you. Thank you, Vikram. Yes. Oh, yours is done. So I have only 2 groups to go. We've had you. 3. Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Ashish. We are from 2 Focus.
Sure.
We are engineering graduates just now.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are people on the live stream. Okay, so that's why all this.
So on the Immersion Day and Immersion and Challenge Day, we have gone through APD and all those sessions. We have really faced and seen a lot of issues faced by the problem with disabilities, and the same will be faced by every kind of disability.
Yeah.
Whether the person is deaf, blind, or physically challenged.
Correct.
So we thought of building range of products into this domain area, and we are eager to build. And in the same time, for the next 3 days, we'd like to, conceptualize the ideas into prototype and product, and we would like to have a, business mentorship to deliver the product.
Good, 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 nice. Just pass it down to Prabhu and Smita.
Hi. So we work in the field of livelihoods, and one very big learning has been the sense of responsibility that comes in as you start working on the solution.
Correct.
Because it's not just an individual, it's not just the usage, it's a livelihood.
Absolutely.
And maybe a family depending
Sure.
on it later.
Sure.
And also we have a multidisciplinary team which
Wonderful.
really helps.
Wonderful.
Because at every level of solution, it's not just the engineering part we're getting feedback with, or just not the design part, it's also on how the user can use it.
Absolutely.
And whether it really would make an impact it's
Sure.
supposed to make.
Great,
So
great,
that's
great.
And takeaway would be certainly networking.
Sure.
And yes, somebody to see our solution and say that yes,
Great.
you're on the right track.
Great, great, wonderful. Shaju and Deepu? Yeah.
We are working with a prototype of the eater device. It is for an ideal device. In the Immersion and Challenge days, we met so many professionals and from different parts of the country and other places.
Correct.
And we are thinking that so many people are ready to help the persons with the disability.
Absolutely.
That was the main learning. Everyone is thinking about that.
Yeah.
So that is a responsibility, and everyone have to help them.
Yeah.
And we met that somebody is to help us in the Maker Days also.
Exactly.
So it is a very big network.
Sure.
Everyone will work together and discuss together. There are some feedback from others, and it will help to improve our ideas. And we are thinking about to do progress thinking on that.
Sure, sure. Good, good. Okay. So on that note, there is a new team that has come in here. Okay, fine. So good to have you here, but we are kind of winding up. Do you want to quickly say what are your expectations over the next 2 days?
Actually, I'm really new. I don't know
Oh, okay, fine. So then let us go with it. I think let me just wrap up this session with just one last idea that I thought is worth thinking about. Based on my work with entrepreneurs, because I teach on the entrepreneurship course at the institute, I find that a lot of times this kind of reflection periodically is extremely critical for people who are actually doing things. Yeah, just to kind of step back and say, what did I learn? Because you'll find often that when the social sector where you're working, there's just so much to fix in the world that it can overwhelm you. So if periodically you're not doing stock taking, it can kind of, you might feel that I'm headed nowhere. Yeah. So the purpose of the morning session was just to kind of consolidate. But the other two things, my request to you is that keep your mind open. The faculty who will come here now for the next hour is not from the disability sector, does not understand disability, okay? But the reason why he's here is because he's going to help you think about how to structure your venture. I mean, what are the key questions that you need to have in mind when you're looking at a venture? Yeah, and it's good because he doesn't have a clue of where you come from, so he's just going to deliver what it takes to make sustainable ventures. And really, it's your job to be able to say, so what is he saying that is making sense for me? And it's been structured that way deliberately. Yeah, so that when we get inputs from a completely different person who has no understanding of what we are doing, we tend to kind of, so don't react to him, just absorb. He'll give you a template and a framework. We'll ensure that as we go through the day, others will customize on that template for you. On that note, let me invite you for a cup of coffee. 15 minutes, 11:05, we are in this room. Okay? Just outside, so step up.